everybody. My name is Rachel Crump. I am with Monoline Insurance. A little bit about my background. I started on the family side back in St. Louis, Missouri at my grandpa's agency that now my mom and uncle and brother and dad and the whole family, they're all independent agents across the country with different agencies. I spent a few years moving around the country working with different carriers in different capacities. So I will take you through the platform and some of the reasons why I joined Monoline and truly believe that this is something that your agency will love. A little bit about our founders. So you'll see the two gentlemen on the right, Greg and Carson. They are our tech geniuses behind the scenes. They started a company called Sports Engine. They sold that back in 2016. And then they met up with Jared and Ben, who are on the left. Those are the insurance guys. The four of them started Open Track together, sold that in 2021, and started thinking about, okay, what do we want to do next? So they put together a customer council, account executives, producers, agency owners across the country, some big names like Cub and Marsh McLennan from a national perspective, and then some local regional agencies as well, to get together and say, okay, what are the problems in the personal line space? What are we struggling with today? What does everybody need? I mean, we're in this new weird place in personal lines where account managers are busier than they have ever been before. Carriers are getting less and less helpful. We're here to make the account managers' lives easier and better. And the umbrella is kind of just the place that we're going to start. So when we put together that customer council and we started talking to all these account managers, these are some of the things that they asked for. So you'll see as I go through this system, all of these pieces are represented. As you're going through this and you're playing around, let us know if you have any suggestions. All of our IT is in-house, and so we can make those things happen pretty quickly for you. So give us the feedback. We really do want to hear anything that's going to make your lives easier. You'll see some of the things on the platform feature that I'll walk you through here. Let's talk about our partners. So Concert Insurance is the paper that you will see. The deck pages, the policies, all of those good things will be on Concert paper. They are AM Best rated. They really are they're a front writing company. That's what Concert does. We are 100% reinsured by Convex. Convex is AM Best rated. They are out of London. A really long-standing relationship with the four gentlemen that I just showed you. They were the backing behind quite a few of the different companies that they've worked with in the past, and they 100% reinsure our product. They're out of London, so we just needed to have the writing front company, which is Concert. Standalone umbrella, that's just the beginning. Eventually, we will want you to think Monoline, all things umbrella. We're going to start working on excess, E&S, layers. But for the time being, I am going to talk to you guys about our first product, which is that standalone admitted umbrella. When you come into your dashboard, I do kind of take you over here first. You'll see your profile is in here. Team management. So from an admin role perspective, this is where you'll be able to build out your team. So you can add people here, you can delete people, you can see quotes, policies. This admin role is really nice because you can also transfer books of business as well. So if you go in here, let's say we're talking about Ben, you could go in here, you could reassign all of Ben's book of business to another individual within the agency. And this is one of the things that came out of the customer council as well, was easy access to adding and removing people and moving books of business. This admin role would also have track of the commission tracking. So this is what that would look like. If you need to change any of your bank account information, you can do so right in there. Agency settings. If you need to pull your producer agreement, that is going to be at the bottom of agency settings. Integration. If you had an agency email, your personal lines, your service team, whatever it is, a generic agency email, This is where you can put that in, any renewals, any issues, changes to the policy, anything like that. This is kind of that master email that wants a BCC copy of everything. So that would be down there in your integration. We've got some resources in here as well. If you need any of those pieces, any policies that are issued would show in here. You can see your own policies. You can see all policies, same with quotes. So you can see your own quotes that you've worked on, or you can see quotes that the entire team has worked on if you need to jump in and help anybody out. But in the dashboard, we're going to start with our new umbrella quote here. One of the things that came from that agency customer council that we had is they wanted all of the eligibility questions answered up front before you got into having to put in all of the auto and the home information. I'm going to use a St. Louis address, which is my old stomping grounds where I was born and raised. All right. So these first questions here, those are going to be your hard stops. If it's a B+ rated underlying carrier, we'll take them. When you go into the system, I'll show you, you'll see the drop downs. If the carrier is not in there, just let us know. We'll double check, make sure that they're rated appropriately in AM Best, and then we can get them added in there for you. If you hover over any of these blue links, it will take you through and it will let you know what we consider a major driving violation. So any of these blue pieces, you just click on them and it will tell you through. For the sake of time, we are going to say, we're going to answer all of these correctly. And then this middle one. Okay, so let's talk about that. So do they have any open claims? If they do, go ahead and in this free form right here, let us know a little bit about it. Was it backing into the neighbor's parked car behind? Nobody was in the vehicle. There's no liability. It just takes 2 months to get a Tesla fixed. So it's still open because it's just pending fixing the vehicle. Those type of things we're not as worried about. We'll go ahead and say no for here. These three are a bit gray areas. Again, they're all going to be free form. Farming exposure, we're really, if it's on a current farm policy right now, that's not something that we would cover. Target risk, celebrities, sports players, high profile individuals. Let us know a little bit about who the person is. The more we know, the better. Do you currently insure them within the agency? Is this a new client? Anything that you would normally tell an underwriter as you're trying to get a target risk approved. For that sake, we're going to say no and continue on. Enter all this good stuff. If you have any other household drivers, this is where you would put them. Any children. Underlying limits. The higher limits, you will have a credit. So we'll go ahead. These are our minimum qualifying limits. So the 250, 500, 300 CSL. That's what we would need for the minimum. If they have higher, great. You'll be getting a discount there. So we'll go ahead and put in 2. Motorcycles would be the same way. Any wreck vehicles, same way. You see the minimum underlying limits of 300 right there. And our additional properties. All right. So here we would accept Airbnb, VRBO, short-term rentals. We do accept short-term rentals. We also accept, of course, long-term rentals up to 40. So 40 would be our cutoff for rental residences, whether Airbnb or long-term. If we have vacant lots or a land, we'd want you to put any of that in right now. For the sake of time, I'll say no. Great. So we're going to make sure that we put in a future effective date. Over here on the left, you'll be able to kind of double check some of that. So was my address right? Birth date? Do I have all the household drivers, autos, secondary residence, all the good things? Kind of a quick check there. Let's say I want to offer a minimum of 3 million in coverage. I don't want to show below 1 million. I definitely don't want to show them 2. I don't want them to see the big difference between all that. So I want to show them 3. I also want to include the million of uninsured, underinsured, which we do offer in every one of our states. I'm going to go up here to the pricing options PDF. That is going to download. So it's creating that for me. It's going to download it up here. Open it up. This will show you everything 3, 4, 5. So that's why I mentioned if you don't want to show them 1 and 2, go ahead and click on 3, create the pricing options. It'll show you everything after 3. So it's kind of an upselling. If you wanted to show them the 1, you could. Let's say you already know you're going to sell them 3 million. Don't need anything more, don't want it. You can go ahead and create your proposal PDF. And what the proposal PDF will show you is it will have a line in here, and this came from our account manager, customer counsel as well, to have a signature line form that you can turn into a DocuSign, e-sign, however you do it within the agency. A Monoline does not require that we have anything like this signed and online, but this would be for your agency if you want it. We're going to enter our final details. We're ready to purchase at 3 million. Right here is where you would put any, if you've got Mr. Wealth Advisor, you want to make sure that he gets every single one of the emails, policies that comes through from that standpoint. See, and then any additional insureds, if you have a trust or an LLC, family trust, you can continue to add and add on to those if need be. Your autos, we're going to say that I drive a BMW X5, and we're going to have them with our friends at Chubb. And again, this is where I said, if you're going through here and you don't see the underlying carrier, just send us a note. We can get them added, refresh, pops up in just a matter of seconds. Chubb, policy number to be determined. They have a 500 CSL. We're going to go in and add the second. They have an Audi Q3. And then you'll see right here, if you've got a ton of autos that you're adding, as soon as you add that first carrier, you'll be able to just go ahead and click same policy. If you've got multiple, you can create another, but you'll be able to click that there. Residents, we're still going to be with our Chubb friends. And I have nice high $1 million limits there. I'm going to continue over to payment and issue. I want to show you right here, this screen. You're ready to issue. It does not need to go to underwriting, or it's already been approved by underwriting, whatever it might be. It's right there. Again, you can check that everything is correct. Premiums were all there. You can take the credit card or the e-check for your insureds. Those are pretty self-explanatory. Or you can request the payment from the insured. This came from our customer counsel too. So this will actually come from your email address, not a Monoline email address. So this is kind of the generic verbiage that we have in here, but you can edit it yourself to the specific insured however you would like. And you would click all these pieces, request payment, and it would send it right over to the insured. Once the insured pays for that, so they'll get their email with the link to go ahead and pay. Once the insured pays, then you will receive an email that they've paid, and you'll have all of the policy documents, everything that you can download in here. So let's say I'm going to take this for you today. A signature. And then this takes you right into what we would consider our servicing page. So this is where you'd be able to go in right away and add any vehicles, add recreation, add properties. Any of the endorsements are all real time. So you do not have to wait till the end of the policy term or next term to add any of those. It's all real-time changes. You'd see the cost adjustment there. You'd be able to submit for more payment if anything is owed or due back. And you can download your current policy documents right there. So this kind of shows you that concert. That is the writing paper that we use. You'll see the full policy form. Everything's spelled out. All the way through. So it is completely there for you. And then you could come up back here to your dashboard and you go over to your policies, my policies, and it would be right there. Issued with a future effective date. If you needed to go back in, you're right back in this servicing page, which is where it took you right after you issued the policy. If I needed to change the agency contact, account manager changed, or it switched over to somebody else for servicing from here, you can make that change. We do have price matching in most of the states that we write in. If there's anything that goes over to underwriting, we do 8 hours. 8 hours is when we try and get you a response back as soon as possible. If there's something even more urgent than the 8 hours, email us, ping us, call us, and we'll be happy to jump in there and help you. Any questions about underwriting, the system itself, admin roles, reach out. We are super excited to work with you. And you can reach out to me directly or my email, rachel.crump@monoline.com.